to Wheel of Wisdom, a place where the right message finds you. So, my dear ones, this is our Wheel of Wisdom. It's okay if you cannot see the names because we're going to spin the wheel, this wheel contains the name of 50 plus books that I have read over the past 10 years of my life, the best books that I found. And now we're going to spin the wheel and let the universe choose a book for us. But before that, I invite you to take a moment and ask yourself, what do I need guidance on today? And if something specific pops up in your head, a specific issue, a specific desire, a specific question, hold that in your awareness as we spin the wheel. Okay, so the first book that came up for us is Change Your Life in 7 Days by Paul McKenna. So give me a second to open this beautiful, beautiful book and let's see what wants to come through from this book. So for this book, I'm going to do more of a collective reading, like for everyone, instead of playing the game where I choose someone's number and do individual reading. So and the reason being because I did not have the original book that I read because I didn't plan on doing this. So, but I have my notes from that book. So, like, I made notes of the insightful paragraphs or the transformative exercises from these books. So, I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to scroll through these notes until I feel like this is the section that everyone here needs to hear from. Okay. So let's do this. And while I do that, you can hold your specific question or whatever you need guidance on in your mind so that you receive what you need to hear most right now. Okay? So yeah, let's do this. Okay. So let's see what came up. So the author says that the Pygmalion effect or the self-fulfilling prophecy, which I talked about. Okay, let me just scroll back and see what. mm, so basically, the self-fulfilling prophecy is more of like whatever you believe. Okay, so if you believe that you're going to mess this up, so whatever your prophecy is that this is going to happen, this is what I believe about myself, that is going to influence the way you feel. And so if you believe that you're going to mess up, you're going to feel nervous, anxious, which in that state you don't have full access to your logical brain. So the way you feel impact the way you behave, which means there are more chances that you're going to mess up. Okay, there are more chances that you're going to stutter, you're going to forget, you're going to do something, that is not very effective in that situation. So the what you believe influences what you feel influences the way you behave, and how you behave determines the result. So you behave, so you get anxious, you are not able to access your full, cortical new brain, and you make mistakes. And then you are, you don't get the praise from someone, you are not able to complete something, so there's the result. And that inevitable, like, that eventually reinforce your original belief. So what you believe kind of, whole creates your whole reality around it. Like whatever your belief is, you're going to end up, reinforcing that belief through this cycle again and again and again, and that's how this belief gets stronger. So this is something, and it applies for both positive beliefs, like healthy beliefs, helpful beliefs, and also for the negative limiting ones. So this is, what self-fulfilling prophecy is. Um, and if you want to know more about it, I will share. Yeah. So I have explained that in detail, I think in lesson 2 or 3 of this course. If you want to know more, you can check that out. But anyway, coming to this. So the self-fulfilling prophecy is that what we expect to be true in our minds will tend to become true in reality. So that is the message that is coming up for you all, that what we expect to be true in our minds will tend to become true in your reality. Even if our expectations aren't initially accurate, we act in ways that are consistent with our expectations. Those actions then create the results we expected. If you believe money is bad in some way, you will unconsciously sabotage your attempts to create more of it in your life. So maybe it is time, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like the same things keep on happening to you again and again and again, then maybe there is time, like the universe is inviting you to pause, to take a look at what do you believe in that particular area of your life. What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about other people involved in it? What do you believe about that specific thing, like like your capability regarding it, whether you deserve it or not, and like all the beliefs that you have in that area. So maybe, take a look and find out and dig those beliefs, because they might be running the show. They might be, creating that reality for you that you want to change in your life. Like you want to move into a different reality, move into a version that you really want in your heart. So the way to do is to change the way you believe, what you believe in that area. So, and if you need more tools as to how to do that, I do have like the course that I shared. Um, Let me share it again. So, yeah, the course that I shared, I have shared certain techniques, like all the techniques that I knew to help you first shine the light of awareness on those beliefs in the back of your mind that are running the show, so that once you become aware of it, you can catch them in action, and you can decide that, do I want to continue believing this? Like what happens when I believe this? What happens when I believe this about money? What happens when I believe this about love, relationship? What happens when I believe this about myself? How does this make me feel? How does this make me behave, And what are the consequences of believing this? And if you see that the consequences are not so good, then, you know, start changing the narrative in your head. Try believing something else that is going to be more helpful. It is just a story in your head, The first one was a story, and the other one is also a story. So why not believe a story that is going to be more helpful in your life to move towards what you want, rather than a story that is limiting you? So yeah, that is what came up for me from that reading. And yeah, that was the reading, that what we expect to be true in our minds will tend to become true in reality. If you feel called to share anything regarding that, like did it resonated with you, or there is some other message that is coming up for you from this, or yeah, something else, whatever is coming up, feel free to share that in the comments. And then I will take a sip of water and we will move on to our second reading, and hopefully we can play a game this time. Okay. So, my dear ones, Let us move on to our second book then. So, again, bring to your mind anything you need guidance on, holding that in your awareness as we spin the wheel. Okay. And the moment this book came, I saw like 12, 12. 12 people have joined this live, and 12 people, like 12 hearts, have popped in the space. Okay, so the book that came up is Mindfulness on the Go. Discover how to be mindful wherever you are by Anna Black. So give me a second to open the book and then we will play the game together. Okay, so this is our book, Mindfulness on the Go. And now I am just choosing some numbers for our game. Okay, so in a moment from now, I'm going to share with you guys few numbers between which I want you guys to choose a number. Just share the first number that pops up in your head in the comments. I will go through all your numbers and pick one that I feel most called to intuitively. So, my dear ones, I invite you to pick a number between 25 to 158. Here you go. So, yeah, whoever number I choose, I will just open that page and read the highlighted text from there. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Chris. Sorry. Thank you, Christina. Anyone else who would like to choose a number? I pick a number randomly, so it doesn't matter when you really share the number. Just share the one that pops up in your head. Maybe there is a message that wants to reach you. Christina says, or 12 into 12, 148. Like the way you think. Okay, I will consider both numbers from you, Christina, then. Thank you, Christine. Christine, can you choose a number between 25 to 158? Because there's a chance that on initial pages there is more of like publisher kind of information. So yeah, not content of the book. No problem. Thank you, Christine, for sharing another number. Okay, so seems like everyone who wanted to pick a number has done so. Now it's my turn. So let me see, which number am I feeling most called to? Mhm. Okay, so the number that is coming up for me is 124 by Christina. Christina, going with the first number, your gut feeling is always right. So let's see what wants to come through page 124 for Christina and everyone else, because you won't be here if there wasn't a message for you. Okay, so keeping your minds and your heart open to what the universe has to say. Ah, so there is a practice for you, Christina, and everyone else. And the practice is called exploring the senses. And the sense which you are invited to explore is the sense of sight. So the practice is go on a vision quest. Look up, look down, and look around. Stop and stare. Get up close and notice. What do you discover? When we look, we see things. It sounds obvious, but for much of the time, our gaze travels over the vista without actually seeing. We tune out from our environment. We rarely look above or below. That is so true. When was the last time you saw your ceiling? Unless you're lying down right now. So, yeah, or when was the last time you truly looked at the floor of your house or wherever you are right now? So, yeah, we rarely look above or below our line of sight. And so we miss a huge amount. We don't notice the richness of colors, textures, and patterns. We might miss some action or activity that is going on. We are effectively sleepwalking. Of course, we don't always have the time to slow down and look, but we can choose to do it when we can. If you are out for a walk, look around you. If you are sitting on bus or train or at a traffic light, take a moment or two just to look and see what is in front of you rather than traveling to some distant place in your mind. Notice what is here right now. So that is our practice to, look up, look down, like not very quickly, just look up, take a, good look at it, notice the things above you, the fan, the ceiling, like any design, look down, then look around, like on the left and on the right. And then once you take in the whole view, like you really get a sense of the space you are in instead of like being fully absorbed on the laptop or on the phone or wherever you're watching this, you know. So you take a whole sense of the room you are in. Then the second is stop and stare, meaning anything you really like, anything that you makes you curious, just stop for a moment and just look at it, like not staring, but yeah, just take a moment to take that thing in, to truly observe it, because as the author says, we are never truly aware of the patterns, the texture, and all of those things around us, right? So even if like you look around you, there might be so many different patterns around you. And then once you do that, if you want to, you can get up even more close and see if, you come up close to that object. Does the view change? Does anything, like, do you notice anything new? So, this might, for some of you who have not done any kind of mindfulness practice, this might feel like, okay, what's the use of it? Why do I do it? Then again, there are multiple benefits of it. Okay, so being mindful, being in the present moment, of course, is going to help you with overthinking, with being more aware when your mind goes into all those stories. The more you practice these kind of skills, the more you would able to notice you indulging in any negative pattern, whether it is a limiting belief, a habit that you're trying to quit. The moment the urge arises, you are able to notice it. So there are so many different benefits of cultivating the skill of mindfulness, and you're going to feel like your boring room kind of transforms into something, I don't know, like really fascinating, like those movies we used to see as a child, where the characters, like kind of shrink to a size of like an ant or an insect, and then they saw the whole room in like from a whole new perspective. So yeah, it's just if you're feeling like your life is getting a little boring, then this might be a practice that is worth a try. I have in fact guided this practice and shared, other practices like this one in this course that I have, which is called the Art of Noticing. So this will help you like reconnect with that wonder, that you used to have as a child when you were really happy. And to find the peace in this moment rather than looking at somewhere in the future, to find satisfaction here, to reconnect with the beauty, and all of those things. So, yeah, maybe give it a try instead of me having to, explain it, like what might happen, just see for yourself, just experiment and take a good look around you and above you and, down from you and see what do you experience. And there was another thing that came up for me from this reading, which was, the truth that we miss out on so much of the information. Do you see how your mind is filtering all of this, all of this information all the time? It's just like even with your view, you are just seeing this much of it, and you miss out like you miss out on the above and the below. So sometimes, like, it might help to remember that the way that you are seeing things, that what your mind is telling you, might not be 100% correct. There might be some other interpretations, there might be some other information that you're missing out. So do not take everything that your mind says to be 100% true. Learn to question it, learn to challenge it, learn to see that is this helpful? Is this kind? If not, then go with a different view, kind of connecting us to the first reading that we got. So yeah, and if you need like more help with that, seeing things from a different perspective, or yeah, learning to challenge your thoughts instead of just believing whatever your mind says, then I have like yeah, it's a resource. So it is called like Transform Your Negative Thoughts and Master Healthy Thinking. So I've like shared different techniques from this approach called CBT, this therapy approach. So if you struggle with negative thinking, then this might be really helpful for you. So just wanted to share in case anyone needs it. If not, ignore it. You can ignore it. So yeah, that was the reading, Christina. Let me know if it resonated, if you would be willing to give it a try, once today, truly seeing what is around you and noticing the effect that it has on you. Just a simple practice, something you can do anytime, anywhere, especially like when you're waiting. Christina says, my math is wrong. That's all right. I didn't, took a good look at that as, and I'm also not very good at math. So yeah. Uh, okay. Ah, love that. Christina says, I've already started this practice now. Thank you. Ah, lovely. I am so happy to see your openness and willingness to give this practice a try. And not only Christina, like you all can, give it a try and see if, what happens. And maybe you might find it to be useful for a lot of different things. So yeah, just give it a try. Okay. So bring into your mind whatever it is you need guidance on as we spin the wheel. Okay. The book that came up is No Time Like the Present by Jack Cornfield. Oh, I love that. It's kind of, connecting to our previous reading. It is interesting how all these readings are connected to each other in some way. So, this is our book that came up, our third and final book for today. And now I am choosing some numbers so that we can play a game together. So, my dear ones, I invite you to pick a number between 16 to 184. So just see whatever number pops up in your head first, share it in the comments, and I will pick one that I feel intuitively called to. So I pick a random number. So yeah. So if anyone wants to receive some guidance or a divine message from the universe, you're welcome to pick a number. Thank you, Wendy, and welcome back. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Doug. Welcome back. Anyone else who feels called to pick a number? Okay, then. Let's go with the numbers that are here. Hmm. So, the number that I'm feeling most called to is 82, and the number has been chosen by Doug for all of us. So let's see what wants to come through page 82 for Doug and for everyone else who is present here. Ah, so eh, the message or the practice. Okay, there's another practice today. A lot of practice is coming up our way, which is nice. It's always nice to get some, real tool that you can apply rather than just messages, which are also useful. They have their own place. So, the meditation is a forgiveness meditation. So, let's see. So, I'm going to read the paragraph. So, there are like three paragraphs. So, I want you to choose, Doug, which one should I read? Number one is asking forgiveness of others. The second one is offering forgiveness to yourself. And the third one is offering forgiveness to those who have hurt or harmed you. So let me know, which one should I read? Which one do you feel like you need to hear? One, asking forgiveness for others. Two, offering forgiveness to yourself. Three, offering forgiveness to those who have hurt or harmed you. So yeah, take a moment to reflect and share which one should I read. You can either pick a number or pick a specific topic, whatever resonates. So yeah, one, two, three. Okay, definitely. So we are reading offering forgiveness to yourself. Hmm. Mm, yeah. So the author says to practice forgiveness meditation, let yourself sit comfortably. You can close your eyes, let your body and mind relax, and breathing gently into the area of your heart, let yourself feel all the barriers you have erected and the emotions that you have carried because you have not forgiven. not forgiven yourself, not forgiven others. Let yourself feel the pain of keeping your heart closed. Then begin softly by asking and extending forgiveness, reciting the following words, letting the images and feelings that come up grow deeper as you repeat them. So now I'm going to share the specific phrase for offering forgiveness to yourself. So recite, just as I have harmed others, there are many ways that I have hurt and harmed myself. I'm just going to repeat it again and pause in case you're practicing this right now. So, the phrase for offering forgiveness to yourself is, just as I have harmed others, there are many ways I have hurt and harmed myself. I have betrayed or abandoned myself many times in thought, words, or deed, knowingly and unknowingly. Again, I'm repeating it. I have betrayed or abandoned myself many times in thought, words, or deed, knowingly and unknowingly. To feel your own precious body and life. Let yourself see the ways you have hurt or harmed yourself. Picture those ways in which you have hurt yourself. Remember them. Feel the sorrow you have carried from this and sense that you can release these burdens. So take a moment to feel the sorrow that arises within you when you think about the ways you have hurt or harmed yourself in thought, through words, or through your actions. And know that you can release these burdens. So extend forgiveness for each of them, one by one. So bring a way in which you have harmed or hurt yourself And then repeat to yourself, for the ways I have hurt myself through action or inaction, out of fear, pain, and confusion, I now extend a full and heartfelt forgiveness. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I'm going to repeat the phrase once more. So repeat to yourself, for the ways I have hurt myself through action or inaction, out of fear, pain, and confusion, I now extend a full and heartfelt forgiveness. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. So, being forgiving of yourself for not being ready to let go and move on. Sorry, be forgiving of yourself for not being ready to let go and move on. If it is hard for you to forgive yourself right now, because forgiveness cannot be forced, it cannot be artificial. You can simply set the intention to forgive, continuing to practice, and let the words and images work gradually in their own way. In time, you can make the forgiveness meditation a regular part of your life, letting go of the past and opening your heart to each new moment with a wise, loving kindness. Such a beautiful read it was. And thank you, Doug, for, choosing that number and sharing this beautiful practice with all of us through that number. And I'm curious to know, what did it felt like to say those phrases with you, to set an intention to forgive yourself, to take the step to forgive yourself. And till then, I also want to thank Christina for her kind donation. Thank you so much, dear, for your support, for supporting my work. It means a lot. Thank you for allowing me to continue what I do. And I hope that something amazing happens for you today that brings a beautiful smile to your face and a gentle warmth to your heart. Let me take a sip and then I will read Doug's message. Ah, okay. Ah, I love this practice. Okay, Doug says, thank you, Anisha. It was powerful because whatever the situation is, I tend to turn in on myself. Oh, Doug, I hope that you really, really carry this practice with you into your day every day so that, when those moments arise, when things get hard, when you make a mistake, when things don't go as planned, you have yourself by your side, supporting you, cheering you on, being kind to yourself so that you feel safe and held and supported, through that difficult time so that it doesn't become like so that there's not an addition of suffering, because you're already going through something challenging. So you don't need more suffering, you need more understanding, you need a place, a way in which you feel, accepted, safe, and loved maybe as well. So yeah, I hope that, this practice helps you do that. And I will like share the phrase and everything in my group. So yeah, in case you are not in it, you are welcome to join it, so that you remember the exact phrase. So I've just shared the name of the group, which is on Insight Timer. So yeah, you will find it in the search box or on my profile. I will share it where you can find it. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Like, the practice resonated with you. Okay. So yeah, I guess that's it for this live. I hope that you received something of value from this live, whether it was the, readings from the book or the reflection from me, from everyone else in the space, or whether it was the meditation or just the energy of the space. So I hope that you received something of value from the space that you would carry into your day to day and let it impact your day in a beautiful way. And um, and if you do, and if you feel like supporting this space even more, to help me continue doing this, then you can make a small donation. Only if you feel called. There is never ever any pressure. And yeah, if you can't, but you do want to support me, you can always just listen to my content, share what you think of it, share it with your friends if you think there is someone who might, find it helpful. So yeah. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Thank you so much for that generous donation. I so appreciate your support, and I'm truly, truly, truly grateful to kind souls like you who choose to who choose to make my day and who choose to help me continue doing what I love most. So yeah, thank you. And my wish for you is there is an image of nature coming up for me. So I hope that you feel grounded today and that you witness a wonder of nature today that makes you like wow, like that makes you filled with awe, the sense of awe. So yeah, that is my wish for you. Okay. So my dear ones, now before I end the live, for those of you who are regular here and who know what I'm going to say next, and if you have something else to do and you want to say goodbye, you can do so. Um, and if you want to stay, you are most welcome to. And for the ones who are new to the space, I would really appreciate if you can stay for 5 more minutes where I share all of my resources on Insight Timer that I have created for you guys so that you can, see if there is something that you need. If there is, like I create these resources so that you get the right support when you need it most. So I hope that that happens for you, that something resonates for you. So just a moment. So there are like basically three places where you can find all of my resources. I've organized them for you so it is like easier for you to navigate. So the first place is when you go to my profile, which I invite you to follow if you like this space and if you want more of me in your life in some way. Yeah, so when you go to my profile and you go to the home section, you can scroll down, okay? And at the bottom, just above my group, which I shared, which is World of Wisdom, where I share the summaries of these lives within like 10 minutes of this live ending. So yeah, if you want that, you can like join this group with 145 other beautiful beings. But yeah, coming to the resources. So the first resource is the playlist section, which is just above this group. And I have like 5 playlists. So I'm just going to name them so that in case something resonates, you can go and check it out. And yeah, and I hope that you get what you need from it. So the first one is this free 21-day mindfulness challenge. Um, then the second one is this nervous system regulation techniques challenge. Like it basically contains different techniques for different nervous system states, because we all have like, there are different kind of stress responses. Sometimes we go into too much energy, and there is this restlessness, anxiety, anger. Sometimes we feel very low, we feel numb, we feel disassociated, or sometimes we are in a free state, we feel stuck, like we are like there is so much energy but I can't move, I should do something but I can't do something. So yeah, so like for different states, I've created different techniques, so you can give them a try and see if there is something that you find helpful that helps you regulate. Then there is this third playlist, which is called Wheel of Wisdom. Pick a meditation. So just like the space where you guys pick a number, here you can pick a meditation, or you can let the universe choose a meditation for you every day. And all the tracks in this playlist are 100% free, so that if you don't even have premium, like if you don't have premium, you can access this, access the meditations here. And yeah, I made that free because of all the donations that came in. I wanted to offer something for you guys. And that happened because of all the support and love that I have received. So yeah, you can check it out. And the fourth one is little reminders for you. My kind of favorite one. So it contains like 2 to 5 minute short talks on specific negative thoughts that most people have. So if you struggle with negative thinking, you might want to check this out to feel more empowered, to feel more hopeful, to feel a little bit soothed when you're feeling low. And the final one is this therapy tools and techniques playlist, where I share different therapies. So I'm also have a degree, like I have a master's degree in psychology. So I've shared different techniques that I have found useful that my clients needed in this particular playlist, and also certain meditations inspired by certain psychological concepts as well. So yeah, this is the first place where you can find all of my resources. The second is the courses section. I'm not going to name, I'm just going to share that I have like 7 courses. You can go through them and see if there is some course that you might need right now in your life. So they are like related to negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, acceptance, curiosity, and all of that stuff. Yeah, you can check it out yourself. And the final one is the About section. So, if you want to check out more of my resources, if you want to work more personally with me, in a one on one thing, or if you want to access the recording of this live or all the previous lives, this is, I think, episode number 232. So, yeah, if you want to check all of that out, you can find all of it here in the About section at the bottom. So, yeah, those are the three places where you will find everything that I have created for you. And I hope that you find the right resource that you need, the right support, the right guidance at the right time. So, thank you so much for listening to me so patiently as I share all of that. I so appreciate it. And I really hope that you did find something that resonates with you. Um, and if you did, don't forget to tell me about your experience of it. I love reading like the reviews and knowing what you liked, what you didn't like, and everything in between. So, yeah, I guess that's it for this live. And I hope to see you in the next live, which is day after tomorrow. I haven't added a card for it yet, but you will find it in the event section on my profile. And it will continue like half hour more later than this one. So, yeah. So, if you enjoyed this, please do come back. I would love to have you there. So, thank you so much for bringing your beautiful energy to the space. I so appreciate your presence and your love and everything that you shared here, the comments, everything. So, I bow down to the divine within you all. Namaste. May you all be safe. May you all be healthy. May you all be happy. May you all find a little bit more meaning and satisfaction in your life. So, yeah, that's my wish for you. I hope to see you guys day after tomorrow at the same time. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Oh, John says, I just started a 21-day mindfulness challenge today. Ah, lovely, John. Thank you so much for giving it a chance. And I hope that it impacts your life positively. Looking forward to hear how you find it. Thank you. Bye. Take care, everyone. Bye. Have a lovely, beautiful day or night.